Peace, family. What's good? It's your boy, God Science, up in here, up in this piece with another video. And by the look of the title, you can tell, you know what time it is. This is to talk about what the hell is a coon. What really is a coon? All right. Now, like I said, I came out of the so-called black conscious community, and I do keep an eye on it. I watch, certain people out of the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? I keep an eye on it because it's not all bad. There's a lot of things you can learn for self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good things. But there's also, with the good comes the bad. Well, bad to me. Anyways, a coon, for anybody that doesn't know what a coon is, a coon is like the worst thing you can call a black person. A coon, all right? And let's see let's dig into this. What is a freaking coon? Now, I looked up on the internet under Urban Dictionary, and I got the definition of what a coon. Actually, I went to Wikipedia and saw a damn raccoon. And a coon is short for raccoon. But what a coon really is this. A coon is a person of African descent whose sole purpose is to entertain white people. These coons started out as wearing blackface, characterized by having big eyes and painted big red lips on their face. Now, this is what a coon really is, all right, where it started from. I watch a lot of old film noir movies, gangster movies from like the late 40s to the 50s. I love those movies, all right? And a lot of people call me weird because I'm like the only one around here watching black and white movies, you know what I'm saying? But I love those movies. And in those movies, blacks, African descent people are not treated as it's not, put it like this, a lot of stereotypical shit going on, all right? They either, yes, sir, boss. You know what I'm talking about? Serving white people. They're up in the kitchen. Some of them come with the big dancing, with their face. It's just I hate that part. I hate seeing how they portray black people in those movies. But that's where I guess the word coon came from, right? And I know people heard of the minstrel shows, dressing up in blackface, all this crap. Anyways, the modern day coon is supposed to be are blacks who play stereotypical roles and black entertainers that promote ignorance. Now, this is the definition from Urban Dictionary. You could check it out just look it up on Google. Now, the problem with coon is I understand the concept of what a coon is. All right. So basically, they're saying a coon is somebody that doesn't have love for their race, and around white people, they will kiss up to white people while putting down their own race, their own selves, by putting out, information that doesn't promote, I guess, pro-black concepts, or, just kissing up to white people. That's what a coon, in my definition is. All right. Now, the problem, what I'm seeing is in the conscious community, is that we're throwing this name out, coon, to anybody. Now, my question is coon really what it is, or is it somebody that you don't agree with? Okay. Now, I'm a black person. I'm a black man. All right. Now, say I'm around probably 10 pro-black people, Pan-African, people that pro-black, put it like that, pro-black people. And if I say a statement like, well, I think we're all human beings. We're one consciousness. You know what I'm saying? We're actually spirit, having a human experience. This body is not really what it is. The first person, now, if a person doesn't agree and understand where I'm coming from, the first thing they're going to say is, you're a coon. Not knowing anything about my personal life, not knowing me, not knowing the things that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, for instance, I was actually watching a video and I left a comment. And the comment was about interracial dating. Now, I have dated a lot of girls outside of my race. If you ever watch my old video, you understand one of the main reasons why. But I was example of, all right, if you really love someone, I mean, I'm not talking about just screwing. I'm talking about if you really fall in love with someone and you care about someone, and that person happens to be from a different culture, either Chinese, white, Indian, whatever. Are you trying to tell me that I don't give a shit about the black race because I'm dating I happen to fall in love with a girl that's white, or fall in love with somebody else that's Asian? To me, that's real fucking stupid. And you know why it's stupid? Because I'm coming from a different perspective. I'm coming from a point that I know the ultimate truth. I know the ultimate truth. I know that we're one consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I understand the depth of a human being. We're not just this shell, and this character. For one, I don't even agree with the race. It's like a game that you're forced to fucking play. We have to play the race game. You go to fill out an application anyway to ask, what race you are. So it's hard for somebody to say, well, I'm not identifying with that. I don't want to play this game. I'm not a race. I'm consciousness. I'm awareness, period. You know what I'm saying? I understand where that person is coming from. But if I'm telling that to a so-called a pro-black person, I'm a fucking coon. I'm a sellout. Regardless of the things I do in my community, regardless of my family being of national, my whole family, my wife, my kids, it doesn't matter. Just because I don't agree with your perspective on the outlook on how life is, I'm a fucking coon. And I think that's the fucking problem. Now, is there such thing as a coon? I think so. We all know the things that's been going on, the division, which is so fucking annoying in this country. We know what's going on. We know that with Jim Crow. Excuse my language. I need some water here. Hold up. All right, Jim Crow laws. The prison complex. We all know minorities, how they're being treated by certain, this whole America, which is basically like a corporation. We know what's going on. Else it won't. You see, if there wasn't no such thing as racism, like I tell people, or discrimination or injustice, there won't be these things. These things are born because of this. Racism exists, so you're going to have a pro-black. You're going to have Black Panthers. You're going to have people because that's what racism it brings. So like I like to tell a couple, I actually had a discussion with a guy that his family was in they grew up in the KKK. This dude was probably like 25. Actually met him in a library, and we were sitting down talking about it, and he was like, this is the type of teachings that his mom tried to push on him. And the problem is with the real white, the conservatives, think people like the Nation of Islam, brother Louis Farrakhan, think they exist because racism exists. If you want to get rid of people, the black movement, whatever you want to call it, get rid of racism. Then there won't be no need for it. It won't be no need for civil rights. These things exist because racism exists. And I don't think anybody can really argue that shit. But my point is, yes, there's people, if you stop the progress of people being treated equally, if you stop that for personal gain, or will go up on a interview and say, oh, racism doesn't exist and shit like that, that's cooning. Yes, I agree with that, because you're lying. We know it exists. We know there's a problem with it because how people think. They don't know the ultimate truth, the illusion of separation. I could say that to some people, that we're not separated. We all one, and they'll look at me and laugh because they're so stuck into this matrix. You see what I'm saying? So if I came to them, like I said, I made a comment in another video. I understand why some people won't like to be classified as black. But, you know what I'm saying? We have to play the game. And physically, I can't But I understand why some people won't. What if they're coming from a mentality, they're coming from a more metaphysical, more whole grand scheme that, yes, we are having a human experience. We are awareness. We are from source energy, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I like to describe it as going out to the beach, the big seawater. That's God, right? You go take a cup, you put some seawater in the cup, and you drive home with it. Now, what you got in your cup is part of God. It's really considered God. It's not as big and grand as the beach, as the water, but it's still God in that cup. That's how I like to describe what we really are. And we getting stuck into not really, I mean, everybody has their different perspectives. My whole point of this video is, please stop calling everybody a fucking coon. Maybe they just have a different belief. Maybe they're coming from different experiences. It's not always you know what, I don't like fucking black people, I don't like myself, and I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to kiss up to white people. I don't want to kiss up to nobody, period. I'm just coming from a different perspective, from the things that I've studied, from how you see life. I see life as something being bigger than just fucking races. I see it as us being what they call gods. We all have God potential in us. This is just like I can't, you know, it's hard. I'm trying to bring the words to explain it. But all I can say is I'm coming from a different perspective. That's it. And if you don't agree with someone, if someone has a different belief or perspective than you, it doesn't mean that they necessarily is a fucking coon. All right. So please, man, stop. Everybody's a coon. You know, for one, who the hell are you to tell somebody they're a coon? You don't know people's lives and what they've been through and things like that. I just think the word is being thrown around for anybody that comes out and does something that we don't like. That's not cause for you to use that word coon to somebody that you don't like. Come on, man. We can do better than that. But, you know, what you guys think is a freaking coon. Some people will call me a coon for my, you know, I really don't give a shit about words or anything like that because I know who I am, you know. And when you come to a certain level, when you really start doing conscious work, man, I'm telling you, words really don't mean shit. You would like for people to like you. I mean, you know, to give positive feedback. But when somebody says a word, I mean, it's like, that's your thought. That's what you think. That shit has nothing to do with me. That's just, you know, my belief. And it was just, you know, my questions with things that I'm seeing that we're doing that I just don't like. So please, man, don't call someone a coon unless you really know, you know, what they're doing. Talk to them first. Try to figure out where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, if you really figure out where they're coming from, you'll be like, all right, I understand you. You got a different perspective on life. You're not a freaking coon. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas to all y'all. Be safe out there. Merry Christmas to all y'all. Be safe. I don't know what's going on with my speech. I'm new to this videos, but I'm gonna get it, y'all. But thank you for the subscribers and everything. Appreciate it, man. Y'all stay safe out there and enjoy the holidays. Peace.